Do you hear anything now? I apparently didn't have my headset plugged in all the way. Hopefully you can hear me now. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But right now I'm just trying to get Nightbot in the chat. And I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up. But if anyone knows the Micah Nike Productions chat or Discord server, you can go there. And if you want, you can go to the self promotion text chat he's got there and put a link to the stream. I would do it, but it's super cumbersome for me to do anything really on the laptop, so I'm not going to. But yeah, thank you for the thanks, Eric. Yeah, I apparently didn't have my headset plugged in all the way, so my bad. But we're all good now. But anyone do anything cool today? I've got some things in the works that should be pretty cool, and we'll talk about them a little bit, but not as much, because I have I got a channel update video that's gonna be coming out on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday, that I will explain a bunch of stuff that's happening, because August starts tomorrow, so we're getting really close to having some major changes happen on the channel. Hopefully, major changes for the good that will help me and you guys. So luckily the survivalist is here to help, because some of those things are going to require polls, and overall today's a good day to have a mod in chat to help me. You're going to start your own mega sort now? Nice. Did I inspire you to do such thing? Maybe. If everything goes according to how Amazon has told me, tomorrow I get my acro mill containers that I bought, so we could start working on parts of phase 2 on the Monday stream, which would be really beneficial, because I'm starting to run out of these. I'm starting to run out of these other containers I'm using to hold parts in. So if I can reclaim these containers by sorting them out even more, that'd be awesome. But alright, it's been a few minutes and it's past 3 by a few, so let's get started. Let me grab what we're going to be working on today. We apparently, as far as I can tell, finished another box last stream, so we're going to open up a brand new one today. Another brand new mystery box, at least. And we're just going to do whichever one I look at first, which is going to be kind of a doozy, the first set that I just saw. But the rest after that should be pretty easy. So, ooh, hit my table with my chair. Today, first of all, on the stream, we're going to work on the clone turbo tank. That came out in, I want to say 2016 or 2017. The newest clone turbo tank model from Lego. That's what we're going to work on today. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do before the stream started, because it's now starting to become like a little tradition thing to do on the streams. Yes, and I have one free day this week finally. Nice. So you're going to do just a mega sort on that one day? That'd be good. Gotta go for a couple minutes, be back soon. Alright, see you when you come back, Eric. But, so here is my 41st Battalion 41st Battalion collection so far. As you can see, I have the Phase 1 animated Commander Gree, and I have three of the Episode 3 Commander Gree. On the side of them, I got 2 of these 41st Troopers that came in that Kashyyyk battle pack, and then behind them I have 6 of the Scout Troopers. 2 of those came in a battle pack. The rest I bought from secondhand shops. Behind them I have 3 of Eth Koff's Troopers that show up in that one episode when General Grievous takes over Eth Koff's Venator. I put them in here because they have green markings, and it's not actually confirmed if Eth Koff's Troopers are part of the 41st or not, but I feel like they should be because they have the green markings. And then behind them are 3 of my custom 41st Troopers. Albeit at the time when I made them, I didn't make them specifically for the 31st, but they happen to have green markings on them, so yeah. The one I like the most is this guy because he's the most unique and he's a jetpack trooper. This one is a drawn on ETH Cough Trooper, so he's not too unique. And then this one is just, I don't know. I think he was supposed to be a commando because he doesn't have the fin on the top, but he doesn't look that good. So the only one of those three I like is that one. But yeah, there's my 41st, and let's get started on the sort for today. So pardon for the loud noise, but here we go. The set is so big, it almost just knocked over my phone. But I like these wheels. These wheels are actually really cool. I can see myself using them for not specifically a Star Wars mock, but maybe if I do like a castle, so like a battering ram sort of thing. Just readjusting my phone so it's out of the way for this, but yeah, I like these wheels. It'll be a while before I use them for a mock or anything though. I'm gonna have to throw them on my other table because behind the laptop there's not enough space since there's so many wheels. There we go. All right, let's get started. And while we do this, I'll mention. So, Eric already said congrats on it, but yes, the channel has recently reached 50 subscribers, which is awesome. It's a great achievement to have for still starting out on YouTube on this channel, and I'm super pumped by it. I'm glad 50 people have decided that they like my stuff and have subscribed and stuff like that. So, I will announce it here, and I'll announce it in my channel update video that comes out next week. I will be hosting a mock contest in celebration of it. But what I need to know from you chat, you're gonna help me decide. Should I do it as a normal traditional mock contest where obviously there's gonna be some rules they're stipulating what you can do and what you can't do, but should I do more of a typical mock contest, or should I try to do something that's more unique than what you might typically see for a mock contest? That's the first thing that I need you guys to help me decide on. I have 2 to 3 other things I need you guys to help me decide on, but that's the first thing. I might need to get a new container for minifigure things. I think I said that last stream too, because this container is starting to get full of stuff. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna use this. So if I find any minifigure stuff, I'm gonna put it in there, which I should do with that pistol. And I need to move this ladder. Just looking at chat right now. There's not too much happening in chat, but I hope chat picks up in a little bit. Not too worried though. I just hope more people show up, because this is this stream I'm going to need some people to help with decision making. Alright, so that's 1 vote for unique mock. I like mock contesting. Okay. Oh, I forgot this set had this. This is for the telescoping seat, I guess, that you can have telescope up for a clone trooper to view the battlefield and then telescope back down. It's a very super vulnerable seat for any clone trooper to be in, but it works sometimes. I guess it would be the best to do it when you're not on the actual battlefield yet, like when you're way far away from it and you're making your way up to it, it'd be good. But yeah, the ATTEs already have a pretty bad seat for the gunner for the mass driver cannon on top. That seat's super exposed. ATRT drivers are super exposed as well. They have no cover whatsoever, really, except for the very front of them. very front of the walkers. So that is one thing the Empire did a lot better. Is most of their walkers, I think all of their walkers, when they started making their own and stopped using Clone War era stuff, all of their walkers are give a lot of protection to the pilot and driver on the inside, whereas the Clone Wars did not. It is kind of, I guess, weird. The Empire cared a little bit more about their walker drivers and pilots than the Republic did about the clones. Interesting stuff. So, all right. I don't see anyone else. I haven't seen anyone else join the stream yet. So I'm gonna go with a unique mock contest for now, unless someone else says something when more people join. One good thing about this set too is if you do use these new spring-loaded missiles for your mocks, if you're able to hide them well enough to where it looks good. This set comes with dark blue versions, whereas most sets come the light green looking ones and red ones. And the set gives you extra of them, so you get a decent amount. If you want to do a little bit of a test for me, survivalists, do the command for jokes. That'll let me know if Nightbot's in the chat yet or not. Just found another part for that I can use for the Hellfire Droid, and just found another one too, so that's nice. Now I just gotta remember to adjust my headset so that one that cord for it stops going underneath the table and getting caught. I wonder if Nightbot is having problems. Let me double check real quick. Should be fine. Maybe he's on. Maybe Nightbot thinks he's on cooldown. Yeah, there he is. I think it's also because I have the latency on the stream as normal instead of ultra low, because I forgot to switch that. But I will definitely make that as the preset for the future streams, because that made life way easy. Made the stream way easier. Oh yes, got more of these. I definitely need more of these gears. These work with the large treads and make things. If you're working with the large treads to make conveyor belts, these are the gears you want to go for. There's a couple of other ones, but I like these ones more. If I do the unique mock contest idea that I'm thinking of, survivalists, are you going to join it? That's more of a joke, because I know you don't have a lot of Lego Star Wars stuff, and it'd be a contest revolving Lego Star Wars. So that was a joke. kind of a lame joke, but I tried. Nightbot kind of has a semi-funny joke. I don't know what I need to do to remove all the like syntax that's before the joke starts. I don't know how to really get rid of that, but yeah. This set also comes with a lot of unique Technic pins that you don't see very often in the older sets, but you see them becoming more and more common in the newer sets, which is nice because I have lots of the common pins, but not a lot of the uncommon pins. Which the uncommon pins are for like your unique situations, but I usually end up in these unique situations a lot with the stuff that I do. Oh, I thought that was another part I could use for the Hellfire, but it wasn't. But I did just find one that I can. So that'll be good. Slowly finding more things I can use to build the second wheel. Not sure if I'm going to have time today to work on that project. I should have some time tomorrow, but I have a lot of things I need to get done tomorrow, like cleaning and a lot of personal stuff tomorrow, and then a lot of stuff I need to do to prepare for the week, like set up the times and stuff for the future streams and work on my a lot of my future projects and stuff. So I need to get a lot of the planning and like and stuff like that done, preferably this upcoming week, so the weeks after that have lots of stuff for you guys to see on my channel. Making some really good progress, honestly. I thought when I saw this and when I first pulled it out of the box, I thought this would be kind of a hard set to part out, but it's actually going pretty swimmingly so far. But yeah, for those of you who are in chat, please share the stream with your friends and family and people that you know that'd be interested in Lego Star Wars. Let's try and make this stream as popular as the last on Wednesday's stream. I really hope this one becomes even more popular because this is more of a celebration stream. But I'm waiting to do the celebration kind of stuff until I see more people join. So I don't want to have to do it multiple times. But yeah, totally fine if no more people show up. It's just gonna make it harder for me to it's gonna make it harder for chat to help me make decisions and stuff if there's not that many people in chat. One thing I can't talk about that doesn't really revolve around chat. So I saw that Streamlabs, the program that I'm using to run the stream, I saw that they have made it so you can dual stream, basically, so you can stream to multiple different platforms. Problem is they've hid that feature behind their basically a paywall, so you have to purchase their the Prime version or the premium version of their program in order to use it. So in the future, especially if I start doing gaming streams, I will probably be using a different program that I used in the past and a lot of my streaming friends use that has that feature built into it already, and you don't have to go through a paywall to use it. So there might be some more setup that I have to do in the future, because I feel like, especially for gaming and stuff, because a lot of my audience is already on YouTube, but I feel like we could build a really good audience on Twitch as well. I will probably need to dual stream to both. The first gaming streams will definitely be YouTube only, just because I'll need to set up some more things on Twitch and make that get that ready and prepared for when I do start needing it, and then I'll do like the dual broadcasting and stuff. I needed these parts. I just need these parts in light gray, and I can use them for my snail tank mock. Because in the instructions, I switched out the one of the connection points for the side treads to use that instead of, I used 2 of the clips put together. So I used 2 of these to achieve the same thing that you can achieve with oh, can I grab it? I ended up having to use 2 of these that in a way that you can achieve using this, because it has the clips on both sides, is what I'm trying to explain and doing a really bad job at. I tried to, another thing I want to mention, because I'm pretty sure I talked about this last stream as well, is I tried finding another container for the plates before I started the stream today, but I am currently out of all of these containers. They're all being used right now, either filled with Lego parts or filled with paper and stuff that I need for university. So I am really hoping that those acromill containers come tomorrow so we can start working on phase 2 for a little bit. Then we can head back to phase 1, especially for plates. If not, and if this container gets super full today as well, I will just have to scrounge around this room and find another container, which I'm pretty sure I can do. I just didn't do it before stream because I tried to go the easy route, just find one that was completely empty, but I didn't find one. This is a question I haven't asked in a while, but for those of you who are in chat, how does the stream sound? Does it sound alright? I know I asked that a lot on the first couple of streams because we were still testing, but want to just double check. How is everything sounding? I am waiting on a friend who said he would put together some songs to play in the background before I start doing that. But if he doesn't get back to me soon enough, I'll have to just do it myself. It sounds fine. All right, thank you, Survivalist, for letting me know. That's good. Probably sounds amazing for those of you who like hearing the sounds of a hand going through a thing of Lego. Or that initial dump of all the parts onto the table. I know I like that sound a lot. Means I'm doing something. A lot of these, I believe these are 3 studs long, right? Yeah, three stud longed rods. They're really nice when you need to make a small connection, and you don't have none of the other parts that you would think to work. I use those a lot on my ATRT mocks because they help make a more accurate looking antenna setup on the back of the ATRT, right behind where the driver sits. So works pretty well. It would be even more accurate if you had one, I believe, in either light gray or dark gray for that slot for the short antenna, and then have a light gray or dark gray one for the long antenna. But using a black one works pretty well as well. Wow. Nice. English, am I right? Ooh. I really hope that one part went into the special container, because it will be a little bit if it went to find it again if it went to the plate container. Ooh. I wonder if this is a sign to come with chat on Fridays. I hope not. But the planning to start army building later this year and for most of next year is going pretty well. I've got most of the plans. Most of the planning I needed to do is in progress. There's definitely a lot more planning I need to still accomplish, but a decent amount of it is either being worked on or is done. So the goal, the ultimate goal for the army building, I guess, series that will happen is to have a platoon or a squad of every type of clone trooper, Imperial stormtrooper, and First Order stormtrooper, including the Sith troopers and stuff like that too, in that as well. The only things that will not be in a platoon or squad are named troopers, because they only ever show up once. Like Captain Rex, you only ever really need one of him, and there wasn't a whole platoon of Rexes. So that's the goal with that. The figures and the troopers who will mainly be in the squads are like pilots and like security, because I forgot to mention my droid army as well is included in the army building. I do already have a ton of battle droids. There's a few of them that I need to bulk up a little bit more though to reach the goal that I have for the army building series. Currently, right now, the movie style Phase 1 clone troopers are complete for now. There's a few things I want to change to them, and that's something I wanted to ask chat about what I should do about them when there's more people in chat, because I definitely need I need a lot of opinion on it, because I have my idea, obviously, my feeling about it, but I'd love to see what other people think about it as well. So whenever I see a decent more amount of people in chat, I'll bring that up. But there definitely is a lot of work to go, because along with that goal, so right now I'm mainly focusing on official Lego figures, but it will eventually include like troopers that you really can only get through like Clone Army Customs and other things like that to fill out the ranks and the different battalions and stuff. Because right now there's like, so you have the 212th Airborne Trooper that was made for that battle pack back in 2017, 2016. But if there's the 212th Airborne Trooper, that also means there's like the 501st Airborne Trooper and all the other ones. So it's definitely a massive project to take on, and it will be most likely very slow going at it to keep the cost of it down as much as possible. And I'll have to be more like Coconut, who does a ton of price matching, and I'll have to wait more on sales than I do previously for certain things. So that's where I'm hoping the Clone Plays audience can help me with letting me know when certain things are like either on sale or at their best price that they've ever seen and things like that. Because I want to definitely make the army building series a community project where the community can help with building the army. Definitely, it'll definitely be different than how that sounds though, because excuse me, all of the figures that will be a part of the army building series will be figures that I want to own and keep. So no people donating figures and then getting them back. The point of it is so that I have access to them no matter what. But if people like donate and then need their figures back, then that'll be a big problem, big hassle. So I'm just going to avoid that. And yeah. So right now the biggest thing that the community can do to help out with the project is let me know when sales and things like that are happening, and what troopers I need to continue to put on my list for what needs to be collected into a platoon. Which I should probably explain how many troopers that is. So a squad is 10 troopers with a sergeant. So nine normal or private troopers, like they're the lowest rank, and then there's a sergeant. And a platoon is 4 squads plus a lieutenant. So that makes a platoon 41 troopers. And that's for clone troopers. Stormtroopers, I think both for the First Order and Imperial have it a little bit differently. So there's still the 10 that are in the squad, but then there's 5 squads in a platoon. So then that makes it up to 50, which is, as far as I can tell, still including. So the squad still is only 9 regular troopers and a sergeant, and the platoon is still now 5 squads, their sergeants, and a platoon leader. So a lieutenant. So I guess with that actually make it 51, but I need to double check on the Imperial number. The last time I checked was for the clones, because I'm gonna focus on doing working on the clone army and the droid army at the same time, most likely, unless, well, the goal, I'll probably have to work on a little bit of them all here and there to keep the costs down and low, so it's actually a manageable and reasonable project to do. But the main focus will be on the clones and the droids, because I use those armies the most. Hopefully that made sense. That was kind of a bit of a ramble. If anyone in chat needs me to explain that again, feel free to type that in, and I will definitely re-explain it and hopefully do a better job the second time. But yeah. If anyone has any questions for me, let me know. I guess I'll take this as an opportunity, because we're already half an hour into the stream. I'll take this as the opportunity to explain why we're celebrating. I kind of did that a little bit, but I'll explain more about what the celebration is going to be about. So, oh, that was the thing I forgot. I was going to prepare something for the stream to show off for the celebration, but I'll have to do something else. So, the main part of the celebration is the mock contest. So far, the only vote has been for a unique mock contest, if my tongue would allow me to talk right. And so what that will entail, if we do the unique one, is and I'll go into more detail, because I'll have a video explaining more about what the rules and stuff are for the mock contest. But in essence, it will be a Lego Star Wars mock, but it will have, there'll either be a specific theme, or there'll be like a specific figure or part you have to include in the mock somehow. If it's a part, it'll be a very weird part. Hopefully a part that's common enough that most people have it, but it'll be kind of a weird part to include in a Lego Star Wars mock. Or it will be, or if it's the figure, it'll be kind of a weird figure that you'll have to figure out how to include into the mock. Either as a figure, or you can use it as parts and put the minifigure parts somewhere in the mock. That's what I'm thinking, and that's what I think I'll try to do for all of the future mock contests, because I'm pretty sure I'll do a mock contest for all of the milestones that we achieve, plus probably some other additional things that will happen at the same time as well. But there will always be a mock contest, because I feel like that gives I feel like that gives you guys as the audience an opportunity to share your abilities and get the word out and spread get the word out for the community, and show and have people find other builders that they really enjoy. So yeah, that's the gist or the essence of what's going to be said in the mock contest video. That will explain more. The mock contest mock contest video you'll definitely want to watch, because it'll go into more detail and depth about what's going to be required. But basically what I said is the basics, which I'm struggling to move off of this topic basically. But there we go. The Clown Turbo Tank is no more. Now it's parts. Now let's grab the next thing to work on, which I believe, oh, never mind. I'm not going to take a guess. Let me just grab it, and then I can tell you what it is. All right, so the next one is going to be, oh, how fitting. This is the Microfighter Clone Turbo Tank that came out in 2017. That came out with the elusive and exclusive Phase 2 plain clone trooper that has never been in any other set to this date. So the only way to get this trooper is either to... The cheap way is to buy the movie version of the Phase 1 clone troopers, and then buy the Phase 2 helmet separately off of Bricklink, or you just buy the new one, the new mold that Clone Army Customs is using for their Phase 2 clone troopers, and just call it that. But this should be a breeze. I ended up with 11 of these sets, luckily. So I have 11 of the Phase 2 helmets, the elusive Phase 2 plain helmet. Right now on my figures, I'm not using, I believe, 2 of them, because I'm using, for the figure, for their personality and what they're going to look like, they needed some of those clone helmet attachments that aren't possible on the Phase 2 mold, the official Phase 2 mold, so I bought Clone Army Custom helmets to allow that to happen. So one has the macro binoculars add-on thing that they got. One has the rangefinder, that antenna looking thing that Boba Fett and like Captain Rex have on their helmets. I added that to a Clone Army Custom helmet for a clone trooper, and then I believe another one. No, I believe that's it for all the Clone Army helmets I bought for that purpose. The other one was a plain ARF Trooper helmet and an advanced ARF Trooper helmet that's plain as well. Because I had a series in mind that I was going to do with a different squad of troops that weren't all just like the same trooper and a sergeant. It was going to include a few shinies, as Captain Rex I believe calls them in that one episode, called rookies. A few shinies, an ARF trooper, the sergeant. There's gonna be a jetpack trooper, and I think there's a sniper as well. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've thought about this, because unfortunately I prematurely had to cancel what I was gonna do for that, because most of those parts ended up being used for the snail tank instead of the small Camino mock I was going to do for it. So probably in the future I'll bring that back, because I really like that idea. But that'll definitely be after the Megasaur. We're getting really close of actually being done with the Megasaur, at least Phase 1. Like, I'm almost out of boxes, and we're getting close to the my display sets I need to disassemble, which will actually make room for other sets to become display. So it'll be really good. This is a really good project. I'm glad I undertook it. I'm glad there's been a lot of people here and there that have helped to keep me going on this project, who've come into the streams and have helped out a lot, especially with conversation. And there we go. The micro clone turbo tank fighter is now no more. I believe most of the sets left in this box are small. I don't know how many more are microfighters though. Okay, here we go. The next one's quite small. It's not a microfighter though. It's the Vulture Droid set that came out in 2015. Which I always get the date wrong on this, because I feel like this set is way newer than that. I always feel like it came out in 2017, but it's 2015, I believe. Funny story about this set. I used this set as a show and tell item in high school for my Spanish class, because the Spanish teacher was having us do kind of a show and tell thing to help us better understand, like better use our Spanish skills. So I had to figure out how to talk about this in Spanish, and it actually went okay. Everyone kind of understood what I was saying. No, I got my story wrong. I had to use this set for a I guess you'd call it kind of like a competition between different schools at a university campus. So I used this as my I built my like my show and tell around this set. So I got to bring it to the, I think I either only brought it to the high school class to like show it off there and get feedback from the high school teacher, or I brought it there and to the university. I can't remember now, but yeah, I am such a Star Wars nerd. I included it in I include Star Wars into my Spanish stuff. It was funny. The teacher liked it. I did a lot better during the high school presentation part of it than I did at the college presentation part of it, because I did really well at practicing and studying for the high school one, but then I kind of failed at practicing and memorizing and studying for the college portion of it. So I didn't do too hot at the college, but I did well enough to I got a I guess you'd call it like a B or whatever on it. So I can't remember what I actually got for that, but it was fun because it was like an out of school activity. So we got to leave our high school campus and go to one of the first universities I actually was on like got to go on their campus for and stuff. It was fun. It was fun. I will kind of miss the set because of that story, but I will eventually well, I'll eventually have the brick fault version of this set, which comes in the CIS colors, and I'll have the tan version, so it'll be used. I need this face for the hyena bomber as well, so that I'm going to make. So it'll be all good. I believe the hyena bomber uses like the same face, and then it has that secondary face that's actually the targeting system. The targeting system brain to know when so that way the droid knows when it needs to drop the bombs and stuff like that. So I kind of wish we would have seen the hyena bomber in the movies. I know why, because they didn't come up with it until after, but it would have been really cool to see the hyena bomber maybe in like the hangar area of the invisible hand. So like another challenge for R2D2 when he's got to get Obi-Wan and Anakin up the elevator and stuff. I think that would be cool. Or have it included in EA's Battlefront 2 as like a actually you probably do. I've just never played the missions where you can use vehicles. Someone who's played EA's Battlefront 2, can you use a hyena bomber in it? Is that in the game as a vehicle you can use, or in the background at least? Because I know there's OG9 homing spider droids and dwarf spider droids on the one of the Geonosian maps, but you can't use them. They're just in the background for scenery and to show that there's a much larger scale battle going on than what you actually get to participate in. This set's pretty nice. It's mainly a bunch of Technic parts. Unfortunately, none of them that I need for the Hellfire droid at this current time, but a lot that I will use in the future for other massive projects I've got going on. But yeah, for those of you who are in chat, if any of you got questions about anything about me or the channel, let me know. Also, if you want to rehear some of the things I've already said in the stream, let me know and I'll not repeat, but there's a word for it, but basically repeat what I've said earlier, but in a different way, so it's more concise and stuff. Or I guess if you really want to, you can wait till the stream's over and rewatch the stream and hear the part that I was talking about. All the cool stuff that's happening in the future for the channel. Yeah, there you go. I probably got someone excited. Yeah, I'm not kidding though. There actually is some exciting stuff that's going to happen on the channel in the future. Just that future is a bit farther out there than you're probably thinking of, but when it does happen, it'll be super cool. But there we go. We're on the home stretch of this set, and then oh no, I lost a gold stud on the ground. I just lost 100 points or whatever, right? And the Lego games isn't the gold stud worth 100 coin basically. Yeah, I'll have to get that stud after the stream. I have an idea of where it went, but it's behind a bunch of stuff, and so that would take time away from the stream. But there we go. Just a slope left. Excuse me. And now we're on to the next set. But before we start parting out the next set, I'm going to take a drink. My throat's starting to get a little dry. Oh. So I do have... Is this in 2 bags or 1 bag? Oh. I didn't know this. I just found a bunch of tread that I have that I didn't realize I had. Nice. So when I am able to work on the other wheel for the Hellfire droid, I've got more parts. I did not know. That's probably where the treads went that I was looking for earlier when I was still prototyping the snail droid. Because I think I just found all the dishes for the a bunch of the snail tank sets that I had from 2013. Because there was like one that I could not find the parts to still, but I think it's in this. I think it's in here. Nice. But what I was saying, I believe actually most of the stuff's in another bag as well. But I do have the buildable figure for General Grievous. I'm gonna set him aside as well as a display figure because I really like the General Grievous buildable figure. I thought it looked really cool when I had it put together. I just gotta put it back together now. But the set that we'll work on now, I will combine two of them because I think it's quite fitting for what it is. Yeah. This is the bark speeder and that little turret mount that came in the 2007 Clone Trooper Battle Pack, and this is the stamp speeder and the droid transport that came in the Battle Droid Battle Pack from 2007. So, two fitting battle packs to work on at the same time. But yes, I have originally, when the set came out, I was able to buy 3 of the Clone Trooper Battle Pack and 3 of the Droid Battle Pack. Unfortunately for the clones, when I was younger, I also tried to custom a bunch of them to make them look cooler. And by custom, I mean use a Sharpie on them. So I lost quite a few troopers to that. As you probably saw if you were at the beginning of the stream, those custom Clone Troopers, those are all Sharpied. And basically they're all pretty useless right now. One thing I could do is strip off all of the paint from them and then sell the parts. So I'm pretty sure that's like what Minifigs for You, so Solid Brick Studios, and what Clone Army Custom does for their torsos and legs is they just get certain Lego torsos that are like the complete white, and then they just strip all of the print off of them so they can reprint on them. Yes. Yeah, I am. What is your name? What does it say? White Elephant. Well, first of all, welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. Right now, we are doing a Mega Sort. Working on phase 1 for what? Mr. Beast sent you here on his riddle. Okay. I don't even know who Mr. Beast is. Like, I've heard his name around the YouTube on different YouTube videos, but I don't actually watch his stuff, so I don't really know who he is. But I guess thank you for coming. And like you've probably seen, yeah, this is a Q&A video, and I'll answer pretty much everything unless it's too personal. But yeah, I am religious. I won't tell you what, but I'll leave it at that I am. But I'm one of those people that is totally accepting of other people as well. So like, wait, what does this say? Oh, it won't show me what all that message says. Well, thank you for your welcome to the stream, Nina Nilatube, I believe it's how I say it. Sorry if I butchered your name, but I will probably butcher all unique looking names because English is my first language, but I still am terrible at it. Thank you for your comment. YouTube apparently didn't like your comment though, so and I wasn't able to see what it all said, so I hid it. But feel free to post something else. I'm pretty sure it probably had a swear word in it, but make sure yeah, I keep my chat clean of swear words and stuff, but I might occasionally accidentally say something because my tongue likes to slip up and make mistakes. But what does that mean? What do you mean by that, Nilatube? What do you mean by that? You just been missing me, survivalist, talk about just a bunch of random stuff. I've been talking about what the mock contest is gonna be when I get the video out next week that explains more of the details. Basically, it's gonna be pretty much a normal mock contest. However, there'll be like you have to include a certain minifigure or part and use the minifigure or part in a unique way or like somewhere in the mock. Um, and the minifigure, if I do the minifigure route, the minifigure doesn't have to stay as a complete minifigure. You can break them up or break up the minifigure and use the parts for something in the mock as well. Um, okay. I don't know what that says. Oh, so you only type like SH? That's it? Okay. Yeah, that's probably what they thought. But welcome to the stream again. I think I said that already, but welcome again. If you have any questions for me about me or about the history of the channel or whatever, let me know. But we recently reached 50. We're now past 50, but we reached yet like last night and this morning we reached 50 subscribers on the channel. So I'm going to be hosting a mock contest in celebration of that. The mock contest video will come out most likely sometime next week because I'm a little behind on other projects that I need to do. At the moment, no. That's the goal eventually. But right now I'm very busy, and with the whole current world situation and stuff, it's quite hard to actually like physically meet up with anyone. What soap do I use? Man, you're asking like I'm glad you're asking questions. These just weren't the questions I was expecting to be asked. I don't know if you consider it soap, but I use all right. All right, Nilitube, calm down with the amount of questions, man. I appreciate that you're willing to ask me a bunch of questions, but be careful posting too much at once. It might be considered spam by Nightbot or my mod who's in chat. Okay. I don't know too much about what is it, Antifa or whatever. I don't know too much about what they are, so I have no opinion about them because I have not done my due diligence I probably should in looking into a lot of the different political things that are going on currently. But yeah. But I would recommend I wouldn't I would like to keep chat not talking about politics if possible because I know that can deter a bunch of people. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of talking about politics either. Again, because I'm also not that informed of what's going on, so I feel like I do a bad job at it. So try to keep the chat unpolitical as much as possible, please. But going back to your soap question, so I use what is it? Hair conditioner and the other thing that you typically use with hair conditioner for my head. And then for my body, I just use body wash. So I guess to answer your question, I don't use soap unless I don't know, what do you consider body wash to be? Ooh, excuse me. For do I follow M&R Productions? I'm subscribed to him. I don't watch too much of his stuff though. I typically watch his stuff when he's talking about like people's mocks and stuff, but for like Lego news and stuff like that, like I'm already connected with a bunch of other Lego Star Wars creators that I kind of already know what's going down, so I don't need to re-see something that I already know. So for the news stuff that he typically does, I don't watch his videos, but for like when he's showcasing mocks and cool stuff that's coming out, then I watch his stuff. What music do I like? The question is, what music don't I like? I pretty much listen to anything. I will say though, I do prefer pretty much well, this is not 100% true, but basically I prefer to listen to anything else but country. But I'll listen to country if it's a good song. It's just the stereotypical country songs that are all about like their truck or their girl or alcohol and drinking. Those I'm not that fond of, but if it's actually a good country song, I'll listen to it. So I'll pretty much listen to anything because I like music in general. Currently, I usually listen to a bunch of either electronic music for like video game soundtracks and stuff like that, or I'll listen to rap music that's about video games. So if you've ever heard of like Dan Bull or JT Music or the Stipendium, I listen to them a lot and other people within that genre. Let's see. But why? I don't even know who she is. Like I think I've seen some of her videos a long time ago when I was much younger, but like I haven't seen her channel at all in a while, so I won't because I don't know why. So there's that. Do I like Justin Bieber? Not really. Like obviously I don't know the dude, so I can't say anything like I don't like him personally. I can't say that because I don't know him at all. As far as his musical abilities, do I like his songs? Not particularly. Because I got kind of sucked into that whole like hype thing about don't like Justin Bieber. The whole thing that happened a long time like well, now it's been a long time, but when I was younger, that was such a super prevalent thing. Not as much as I think anymore at least. But I'm not particularly a fan of his songs, but if they come on the radio and I got nothing else to listen to, I'll listen to them. And they're not my first choice, but like I said, if they're the only thing on, I got no other station playing anything good, like anything that I'd want to listen to at that time, then yeah. Yes. Thank you for that Katy Perry reference. That song was such a big thing. Oh, notifications are happening. Nice. That was such. I use that reference sometimes to make fun of, all to tease my family and friends sometimes. But thank you for bringing that into my chat too. Do I feel like I upload spam? Like spam videos? Nah, I do not. All of my stuff is original, as far as it can be for being about Lego Star Wars and gaming content. Like, there's only so much you can do to be original, because like Lego Star Wars, at least the stuff that I like about Lego Star Wars is being able to recreate the vehicles and starships and stuff like that. So there's only so much you can do there to be original. Like you can do an original take and stuff like that, but you're still like for Lego, you're using predefined parts, but you can always come up with a really cool way of using that predefined part. And then for gaming, like right now, the most of my gaming videos currently are on Terraria, and there's only so much you can do in Terraria, especially because my series are in 1.4, so there's no mods yet. And when there's mods, there's obviously an endless amount of things that you can add and do. And there's still like pretty much an endless amount of things you can do in Terraria and Minecraft and other things like that. But sometimes it does feel like you're not being original because someone else might have done something pretty close to you. But always remember that if you're doing something because you love it and it's not harmful to you or other people, then I'd say go for it. Because there are some things, like most things in life, when you're first starting out, you have to basically copy someone else. Obviously, don't take credit for it, because if you're copying someone else, like word for word, that's not you, that's them. But you have to learn how other people do stuff so you can like start making your own. You can start making things your own and start being unique. But when you're first learning how to do something, you got to do like the tutorials and stuff. And basically everyone's done the tutorial. But once you've learned all the tutorials and all the basics, then you can start doing really cool stuff. that are unique to you. I forgot to mention before I read the rest of the chat and all that stuff's going on. I forgot to mention this is the 2011 Tridroid set that came out during. It came out during the Clone Wars show era, but you never really see the Tridroid. At least when this set came out, you didn't see the Tridroid in the show at all. So it was interesting when the set came out because it was kind of like out there. It's like, why did they do this? But I like it. Its biggest problem is just all of the small parts that you have to attach to stuff because of its like. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, but you saw like how it has these two parts here that make like the ball for the inside where the droid brain is. Then everything else goes around it in like a triangle formation, but that triangle formation is so hard to get right because while you're building it, parts will fall off because it uses a bunch of these 1x2 parts that have studs on two of the sides. And then you have a bunch of these 1x1 plates that are round, and you got to put those everywhere and all these cylinder parts. It's just a big hassle, so I'm glad they redid it. I want to say in like 2015 and 2017, it made a much better and sturdier version of it. But this one does okay if it's the only one you've got, and you got to do a scene with the Tridroid. So yeah. Now that I'm done with my little rant about the Tridroid set, let's see what you guys are saying. I have all this time for plastic, but no time for girls. So what I meant by that is like, I guess my style, I guess, is I would prefer to talk to girls and generally just people in general in person because I like to make subtle. My humor and the way that I make jokes sometimes is quite subtle and sometimes really hard to pick up over chat, over like text and stuff. So if I can, I'd rather meet people in person. But that's really hard to do currently because of the whole world situation that we're all currently in, especially a few months ago. So most of the people I talk to currently are either my family, because I'm with them right now due to the world situation, or friends and people that I can talk to over Discord, and then everyone else I just talk to through chat or like through message through different messaging apps. So it's not like I haven't been trying, but it's way harder to do on a phone, at least for me, than if I could just talk to people in person. Because they'll definitely explain more about what I'm doing or what I'm trying to convey if they can hear the subtle changes in my voice and my subtle sarcasm that I do quite a bit when I'm trying to joke around. So my plan for the 501st battle packs is to probably pick up, let's see, they're 30 each, which is a bit of a shame. But with them being 30 each, probably I had a goal of how many I was going to pick up, then I remembered how much the set cost, so I will probably pick up at most 2 when they first come out. Then later on, I will probably get most of my 501st figures from Bricklink when they start selling them separately from the set. If it was cheaper, I would buy more. That's like my big thing right now that I wish companies would do. If they would just have their prices lower, I would actually buy more, so they would actually make more money. Which is such, I know, I don't get why more companies don't do that. If their prices were lower, people would actually buy more. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being a gamer. Expand your limits. What's my favorite train from Thomas the Tank Engine? Obviously Thomas the Tank Engine. It's his show. What hat am I wearing? Right now I'm wearing a hat that I picked up from a friend when I was living in the Detroit area. I can't just say a joke, so I'm going to skip that one because my jokes take a freaking long time to come up with. Yeah, don't spell everything out in caps, man. You're bringing the wrath of Nightbot upon you. Be careful, dude. Don't bring the wrath of Nightbot down on you. He'll just keep timing you out for longer and longer. So follow the rules. Should probably have Nightbot have all what the rules are. Basically, I'm making up. Unfortunately, most of the rules that I have come up when someone breaks what I have going for what I want for my stream. So, but that one, yeah, don't type in all caps or Nightbot will get you. Oh, Nightbot basically just deleted all that stuff. Okay. Could you re-ask that question? I don't quite understand what you're asking about Detroit water. Don't quite understand what you're saying about that. But alright, there's a decent amount of people in chat. So I'm gonna pause right here on doing this because I have a very serious question. So towards the end of this year and for most of next year, the focus of this channel for LEGO Star Wars content is going to be about army building, specifically the Clone Army, Droid Army, Imperial Army, and First Order Army, including Sith Troopers and stuff like that in there. With the main focus obviously being the clones and the battle droids because I love those the most. But I have a very serious question. So here, for example, is a 212th Trooper, and you can see how LEGO for the printing for the arms just gave him a solid orange arm, whereas in the movies and the show you can see that the orange is actually just a is more of just like a line that goes all the way down from their shoulder down to their hand, and the rest of their arm is white. So when I start working on the mini army building project, I'll call it, should I either go more traditional like Lego, and for the clones that have the lines on their arms go more traditional like Lego, like I said, and get the full arm, or it's like if I'm doing 212 troopers, their arms are going to be completely orange? Or should I go more, I guess, more unique and go with custom printed arms that have more detail on them, but they're more expensive? Let's see what you guys have to say about that. That's like the big thing I was waiting for when more people showed up in chat to ask. And I will continue to keep asking that question until there's a decent amount of response. Now I can make a more concrete decision. Are you sure about that? Oh, interesting. I don't really care about the dislikes. I don't really care about the dislikes. All it means if people are disliking is it meant that they actually clicked on your video though. So, but it's not that big of a deal to me. Be original. Do you mean for the army building or what? Detroit water depends on where you live. I lived in the suburb, like basically the suburbs. So towns that are considered part of Detroit, but they're technically their own towns, and their water was safe to drink. There's it's not Detroit itself has the bad water. It's Flint, Michigan. That's where that whole all the bad water is and stuff. So there you still have to drink out of water bottles and stuff. At least when I lived there, lived in Michigan 2 years ago. It was only in like the actual Flint town and maybe a couple of the surrounding towns that you still have to drink out of water bottles, but the rest of Michigan and especially Detroit, the water's fine. All right, now let's get back to partying this out because I think we're about halfway done with the next box, and the rest of the sets in that box are small sets like what we've been doing so far for most of the stream. So we should be able to get at least one more box done if I can stop rambling on, or if I can ramble on and get stuff done at the same time. Now that's a talent right there. Be able to ramble on about whatever and still be able to be productive. All right, there we go. I don't know why I stopped talking there for a second. Sorry about that. But there we go. That one's done. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see. So the next one is, yeah, let's do that one. That's the first one I saw. This is the little scenery and the bark speeder that came in the Battle of Seleucami set. Basically a battle pack, but just slightly more expensive because a little bit more added to it. So this came with a 91st Trooper, I think 2 Super Battle Droids, maybe 1, and a few B1 Battle Droids. So. Nice thing about parting out this set is it gives me more of these different colored and different shaped plants that I can use in the future, which I could use quite a bit of. Most of my plants are the bright green, the typical looking bright green plants that Lego had, because I just bought, they had them up at the Pick a Brick Wall several years ago before I moved to Michigan. And I bought a ton of the same plant, so it's a little hard for me to do plant life and scenery and terrain and stuff because of that, because all of my plants are like the same color. But since Lego introduced adding, or since Lego started adding more like plant life and different shapes to the Lego Star Wars sets, I've been able to expand out my I forget what it's called. Basically expand out my plant life more than I was able to before. I do find it's funny that most of the bark speeders they make include these harpoon guns for the detail. I just think that's funny every time I see it. But I'm also going to take a moment here to take a drink because my throat's starting to get a little dry. There we go. Put that over there. Oh yeah, and this set came with a stamp speeder, which is always nice because if you're doing anything with battle droids, you need a few of those at least. And if you're doing anything with clone troopers, there's usually a bark speeder in there somewhere. Which is funny because now that I think about it, in the Clone Wars show, you don't really see them using the bark speeder very often. They seem to be on foot quite a bit, even though the Grand Army of the Republic had a ton of vehicles at its disposal. Albeit a lot of those vehicles, there wasn't too many different variants of the same vehicle. There was just tons of that vehicle. Like the Clone Army had tons of ATTEs, tons of Republic gunships, tons of drop ships to move the different walkers around, had tons of ATRTs, had tons of bark speeders, and other things like that. One thing I wish you would have actually seen in the show is the Saber Tank. Because the Saber Tank is awesome, but it never actually shows up in the show. The only tank looking thing you see is actually apparently the little brother of the giant walker you see in episode 2 that has the that uses the plasma guns to take down that core ship. There's a ship or there's a tank like that that shows up in the during that episode when we're introduced to the Zillo Beast and they're battling on Malastare. There's those small looking tank things that shoot lasers. Those are apparently this little brother tank to the ones that you see in episode 2 that are huge. Sorry about that, but yeah, because the ones in episode 2 that are alongside the ATTs are massive, because those tanks are like 5 to 10 times the size of an ATTE. And like the way that they had to get those on the battlefield is an acclimator had to come all the way down from space into atmosphere, land. And there's a couple of there's a drawing of what it looked like to get the giant tank out of the acclimator, but then I think they just decide it'll just walk out. So then it has to walk all the way out of the acclimator's landing ramp and on into the right position. So it's like it would take forever to get them in the right position. Luckily, the Clone Army had the surprise on the droid army and the separatists at that point. So they had time to set everything up. I'm glad you're able to catch back up on all that stuff that was going on Survivalist. Yeah, there was quite a bit going on. I appreciate all of those questions that were asked, though. It's just those things that weren't really questions, weren't my cup of tea, per se. But I appreciate all those questions. Since you've caught back up, you could help me with this decision. So I showed this off a little bit. I don't know if you saw it, but so the 212th Trooper has this full orange printed arm, which is how Lego typically does the arms for clones that have like the orange or whatever color of line going down their arm. But in the shows and the movies, you can see that that's, like I said, just a line, and the rest of the arm is white. So when I start doing the army building project, should I go traditional, like Lego, and just get full colored arms for the different troopers? Or should I go, which is a bit more expensive, but go more, I guess, original, or I guess, yeah, original would be the word, and get custom printed arms that are more accurate to the movie and the show? So I think I finally understand what you were saying, Nilitube, about being original. I think you were saying that when I asked that question earlier about the army building project. But let me know if I am wrong about that. Don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. So the traditional Lego arms so I can save money and have a lot more clones. That's what I'm thinking, but I want to see what people have to say. I will have another question about how to do the troopers in the future, but I'm waiting for the specific part to arrive. Because I made a Bricklink order to buy a small amount of this one part that I think would look really cool to go on the clones and the stormtroopers specifically, but I want to wait until that part arrives so I can showcase it on a stream and get people's opinion. But there we go. All right, that set is now done. Let's move on to the next one. All right, we'll do this one. This is the Tri-Droid that came in the 212th Battle Pack. For some reason, I kept this one together, even though it's not really that accurate, because the Tri-Droids that you see are actually super tall in the movies and in the Clone Wars show. In the 2003 cartoon series, there are super short ones that appear during the Battle of Coruscant, but that's not canon anymore. So all the Tri-Droids that I know are actually super tall, because you see them in the Battle of Chrysophsis, you see them during the Battle of Megiddo, where Jedi Master K-Mundi dies during Order 66. You also see them, I think you see a couple, I might be wrong, you might actually see a couple of small Tri-Droids during the Battle of Utapau, but they're like in the background. They're not like the main focus. I will have to rewatch that battle to make sure. Either way, though, we're still disassembling and parting out the set so I can use the parts for other things. Yeah, I'll put those there. Definitely gonna need a new plate container, though, for next stream. It is definitely overflowing now. One nice thing about this little kind of unique battle pack set inclusion thing is it has a bunch of since it's a Tri-Droid, it has 3 legs, obviously. So it uses a lot of parts to make legs, and has a bunch of these more unique and uncommon Technic connection parts, which come in handy in unique situations. And luckily for that specific part I just showed, I haven't ran into the unique situation that you need that part for too often. but I have a feeling in the future I will run into that specific situation. I'll need that part for more frequently in the future. But there we go. Since that was a battle pack build, it's super easy to part out because there's not that many parts to it. So I believe that means there's only one set. Wait, I take that back. There's two. Yeah, I'll just grab both of them though. But we'll do one at a time. But I got both of them out of the box now. So this is the Swamp Speeder that came in the what Swamp Troopers Battle Pack is what Lego decided to call it. Basically, the set that came with the 41st Scout Troopers and those Phase 2 Clone Troopers that have the camo on them. That I guess now, because of EA's Battlefront 2, are canon. Because that specific Clone Trooper never showed up anywhere else besides the Lego set. So for the longest time, I always just thought it was a mistake on Lego's part to include it. But I guess it's canon now because of the game. Even though there's certain things in that game that you can do that I just don't like. Like, it's awesome for the game, but for Star Wars lore, it's pretty hard to accept. Like, how is it certain classes or can every basic trooper that that hologram shield thing that you can use? Like, it's cool to use in the game, but it's like you never saw that in any other lore or any other media for Star Wars. It's only basically they included that for gameplay reasons, which I can understand. It makes the game a lot more fun because you don't die as quickly as you probably would if you didn't have it. But like, that's the point. The Clone Wars is actually a pretty grim time to be alive. It's a war for starters. It's a galactic scale war. And the clones and battle droids died pretty easily. Well, the droids got destroyed because they're not alive. And it looks like clone troopers basically got killed as soon as they got shot. Same with stormtroopers. Except, I can't remember if it's canon or not anymore, but in Legends, for sure. Apparently, most of the time when you saw a stormtrooper get shot and knocked over, the armor apparently, like, distributed that laser bolt all over their armor. So they technically didn't die, but they're now like either unconscious or just stunned so much that they can't get back up. But for clone troopers, they didn't write in the lore that the clone trooper armor had that. So basically, every time you see a clone trooper get shot and it goes down, it's dead, which is super unfortunate. Except the one time when you see a clone get shot, when Captain Rex gets shot by the commando droid sniper and doesn't die, that is pretty much plot armor, because there's been no other clone that I can think of that had a similar situation happen and they actually survived. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not the biggest fan of that just because it kind of ruins the lore. For gameplay though, it is super necessary and I can see why they added it, and it's a lot of fun to have it, but it just throws a wrench into a lore that already has a bunch of wrenches thrown into it recently and in the past. Even Legends had its problems too, which I think is something that a lot of people forget when they start focusing a little too much on all the problems that Disney has introduced in the Star Wars lore. Like, there was already a ton of problems in the Legends lore too. It's just I don't think a lot of people knew that, but the problems that Disney have introduced are in movies and in TV shows and games, whereas Legends was mainly books and comics. And in a few video games, some of the video games that introduce some really weird things that you'd have to like kind of have to try to explain away, but yeah, I feel like all the like weird and kind of like mistakes that were introduced in the Lego into Legends story, like Legends lore, was more hidden from the general public, so it wasn't as well known that there were actually like a lot of problems. Whereas, like I said, with the Disney movies and stuff, that you can fully see, and everyone in the general public can go and watch those movies, so they can all see like the different problems that occurred for the lore and stuff. I also think a lot of people forget the good things that have come about because of Disney buying Lucasfilm. We now have uh, another bad thing that did happen because of that though is because they canceled the Clone Wars show. But we did get a lot of cool stuff about the Clone Wars and the Rebels show. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Rebels animation style, the stories are okay. We got the Mandalorian because of Disney buying Star Wars. I doubt the Mandalorian would have happened if George Lucas was still running Star Wars. Still like top man in Lucasfilm. What else did we get? We got Battlefront 2. EA's Battlefront 1 is pretty much a joke, but EA's Battlefront 2, that's where it's at. That game is awesome. I liked it even when at launch, although I didn't play it at launch. I owned it at launch, but I didn't play too much at launch. But I think even from launch, with all the problems that apparently happened during that time, EA's Battlefront 2 is still superior towards EA's Battlefront 1. And I hate to say it, but I think I like EA's Battlefront 2 more than classic Battlefront 2. Even though I still love classic Battlefront 2, don't get me wrong. I think EA's Battlefront 2 just has a little bit of a leg up. So I'm super sad that EA's Battlefront 2 is no longer being updated anymore. And I should probably stop calling it EA's Battlefront 2 because now they've just renamed the old Battlefront 2 the classic Battlefront 2 so to make it a little bit easier to identify the two. Oh, I think I just dropped a part. Did I drop a part? I think I dropped a part, but I can't see where it went, so I'm just going to assume I did it. It was survivalist? Okay. Well, now at least now it's no longer a joke. Now it's actually a really fun game, and people are super sad to see that they're no longer updating it. I am trying to get these parts off of these rods, and I can't do it. They're super stuck on here. At least some of them. All right, that one came apart way easier. Maybe I should just talk about how much frustrations I'm having with it, and they'll come off. Okay, that one's not. I'm just gonna put in the minifigure slot then for that. I guess I forgot the. Again, my rambling has made it so I forgot to say what this set is. This is the speeder bike set that came out in 2017. I got this secondhand though, so I did not get the General Grievous figure or the Obi-Wan figure. But luckily for me, I already had those figures previously from other sets because I bought the General Grievous figure secondhand as well at a convention back in the day. So you can date that because there were no conventions this year. Several years ago, I got the movie version of the new General Grievous figure. I got the Obi-Wan from his Jedi Interceptor set. And then I got this. So this is nice. It's a really it looks really good. It looks pretty close to how it was supposed to look in the movie. But I will make a custom version of it. So there's no reason to spare this set. Plus, it only ever showed up in one, basically almost like one scene, one battle, and in one movie. So it's not that iconic, but it is still pretty cool looking. But you can't blame EA for their own game. You can't blame EA for the how do I want to say this? You can't blame EA for not updating a game that's their game to begin with. Like at some point the game was going to stop getting updates anyway. It is a bit of a shame that they're stopping updates this soon. But the game had been out for quite a while if you think about it. It's 2020. The game came out in 2017. That's 3 years. Like, for instance, like Super Mario Maker 2 is no longer getting updates. And that game was literally out for what? Almost a year, and that's it. They're already stopping updates for that. So, just because something's popular doesn't mean the company that runs and manages that game is going to continue to update it for a long time. I did hear that. Is that actually true, survivalist? Anyway, maybe that just means they're gonna start working on other projects. Like I said, I love the new Battlefront 2, but if it means we can get more like another Jedi Fallen Order, like the sequel, or just another game in general that's in that same category, that'd be great. If we could get a completely new Star Wars game, that'd be great. If we get like Battlefront 2, Battlefront 3, that'd be great. Finally break the curse of what happened with the classic Battlefront 2 and its uh, development cycle for Battlefront 3. If we could actually get a Battlefront 3 this time, that'd be awesome. Um, yeah. Don't get me wrong though, I am super bummed that they stopped updating, but it's like has been a little bit. It's been almost 3 years. It's not like Battlefront 2 is like Minecraft, where Minecraft is literally endless. Same with Terraria. Like Terraria could have been continually updated as well, but at some point, even the developers of the game at some reached that point where it's like they're gonna walk away from the project and work on something else because they've been doing it for so long. What were the other four games? Were they Star Wars related or were they just other games, other franchise games? But so are you saying that to you EA's like thing is if a game takes 3 years it's too long, or what you saying? I do agree with a I do agree with some of the hate that EA gets because they still do it occasionally, but it was pretty bad in the past. Like even Battlefront 2 had it, or it had those stupid loot boxes. Like loot boxes are dumb. I'm glad they got rid of them finally. But other like basically cheeky ways of getting more money out of their customers, it's like stop it. Just give me the full game at release. Don't keep making me have to get like uh, DLC for a game that should have had that DLC to begin with. It's just basic game. My phone is struggling to stay in the spot now. Oh, they canceled 4 other Star Wars games. Did they ever release what the names of those other games were going to be? But in other news, we just finished another box. Heck yeah! Time to work on the second to last box. Nice. All right, this box should be a fan for those of you who are fans of the original trilogy, because this box looks like it has mainly vehicles and sets based in that era. Like this first one we're gonna work on is the Imperial landing craft from 2007, so the original version of the set. I know Lego recently made a second version of the set, what, in 2019, 2018. So there is a newer model, and the newer model definitely looks a lot better than this. I think overall this Sentinel class shuttle, I believe is the official name for it in Star Wars, already looks kind of weird because it looks like a Lambda shuttle, which is that one you typically see Imperials use, especially the one they use to the one the rebels use to sneak onto the Forestmen of Endor. That's a Lambda. This is one that I think you can briefly see in Episode 4, but you see it mainly in the Rebels TV show. Or this one's like more specifically designed as a troop transport, but it kind of already looks weird because it's kind of bulbous. But hey, welcome to the stream, TechBot22. You just missed me rambling on, well, unless you just showed up when I was doing it. I just rambled on about the Imperial landing craft set from 2007 and why I like it. It's a good looking ship, but it also looks really weird because it's kind of bulbous. But yeah, we're getting really close to finishing up all of the boxes that I have sets in. We're currently on the second to last box. This is the first set from that box. And then after those 2 boxes, there are these I guess you can say displayed sets, but they're not really for display. They're put together and they're just kind of chilling there. those are the things we're going to work on next. And then my phase 1 of my Megasaur is over. And if things go the way they should, like Amazon has told me so far, I should get a couple of those acro mill containers that are similar to the one that Coconut uses. I should be getting those tomorrow, so I could even start I should be able to start phase 2 on Monday's stream, maybe, or most likely Wednesdays. You just got back from playing tennis? Nice. How good are you at playing tennis? You got a free... Oh, hey, Bryson. That's because you work at Purple, isn't it, though, Bryson? Like, because you're an employee, you get free stuff, right? And they give you a free bed? That's pretty nice, man. I forgot to say pardon the loud noise, but pardon the loud noise. Seeing how there's some new faces in chat. 3 more days to a PC. Nice, TechBot. Nice. Seeing how there's some new faces in chat, I'll ask this question again. So, probably at the end of this year and for most of the next year, my big project, along with trying to finish all those requested vehicles and battle droids people want me to make and showcase, is I'm going to be starting to do a massive army building project. As you can see, I kind of showed them off. So I'm going to show off this clone trooper because I have a question about the clone trooper specifically. I'm just showcasing this guy because he's the best example I found so far. So the army building project, as I'll call it, is going to be focusing on the clone army, the droid army, the Imperial army, and the First Order army with the Sith troopers included in that. Should I, for the clone trooper specifically, go traditional with their arms, like how Lego... What I'm calling traditional is Lego always makes full colored arms when it's like, say for instance, is this clone trooper. In the movies, he's got an orange line going down his arm, but Lego always just gives him a full orange arm. So for army building, should I continue to go should I go the traditional route where it's a full colored arm, or should I go the more original way but also more expensive way, I'm pretty sure, and get custom printed arms that only include an orange line down like the middle of the arm, and then the rest of the arm is white? I know that was kind of a ramble. It's like the 3rd time that I've asked that question because different people have popped in and out of the stream, but there's that. I have another question that I'm going to ask, but that's probably going to happen on Monday's stream. Yeah. One other thing I want to say before we get started on parting out the set is the Clone Plays channel last night and this morning just reached just reached 50 subscribers, which was the milestone. You can kind of see it. I forgot to update it actually. The green bar at the top of the screen, keeping track of how many subscribers there are. It's out of date. But yeah, we recently reached 50 subscribers. So in celebration of that, I've just been getting kind of hyped throughout this stream. But I'm going to be hosting a mock contest. I'm going to be hosting a mock contest. The video explaining the rules will come out most likely next week. But in essence, it's going to be kind of hopefully an original kind of mock contest where it's either going to be you have to use a specific part or a specific minifigure that's common in Lego Star Wars. And the goal is you have to come up with a unique way of either using that minifigure or that part. So that part, hopefully, that I choose will... If I choose to do a part, hopefully that part's common enough that most Lego builders have it in their collection. And same with the minifigure. If you're a Lego Star Wars builder, hopefully you have this minifigure in your collection. And the goal is... thank you, TechBot. Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate that. I think you had a really big part in that, so thank you. So yeah, this is just like the gist. Obviously, I'll be a little bit more eloquent when I explain it in the mock contest announcement video. And yeah, so there's that. So let me catch back up a chat and then we'll start on this. So Yeah, I'm not the greatest at tennis either. Most of the time when I play tennis with my family, I accidentally send the tennis ball skyrocketing out of the tennis arena because I guess you could say I hit it like a baseball, and I put too much power in my swing, and it just sends that tennis ball across and over the fence. Um, okay, those are all the names for those canceled games. Okay. So Bryson's vote is for the cheapest way. Okay. And then Survivalist gave context for his post. Okay. Do whatever is cheapest. Okay. And then you've been kind of stuck on subs. Yeah, yeah. I was kind of stuck on subscribers as well. I'm hoping to reach out to people more. Like I super appreciate the basically like the shout out thing you did in the self promotion channel for in Mike and Nike's Discord. That really helped to bring a lot of new faces into the stream last on Wednesday. I just forgot to do that again today, but I did my what I typically my I reached out through my typical channels that I've got, but it's looking like I need to reach out to more unique ways and in more of my channels, I guess you could say. The one thing it's just so I know I asked you on your stream, what was it, like yesterday or the day before, about maybe drawing you some fan art or whatever, but you said message you on your Instagram. I don't first of all, I don't have one, and second, I don't really want to set up one because that's just, I guess, another thing for me that I have to do, which at some point will probably be necessary because there's a I can't remember if it was in your mock contest, but Galactic Lego, I also made him and the other dude, because apparently there's two people who work on that channel. So I made them, I guess I should say, some fan art for their profile pic. But they said the same thing about messaging them on Instagram, but I don't really want to set up an Instagram. And then they said they have a Discord, like they're on Discord, but I haven't gotten a response to my question, like what's their Discord name, so I haven't been able to send them it. But I'll let you guys know. Because their name's Galactic Lego, and right now their profile pic is the Lego Arc Trooper that came in that Clone Troopers versus Commando Droids battle pack back in 2012. So I took inspiration from the word galactic in their name and modified a picture of a trying to figure out where to put these. I'll just put them in there. I modified a picture of the Lego Arc Trooper and made it have the colors of a galactic marine. And I also changed the visor so it looks more like how the Galactic Marine's visor looks. All right, now that I've been rambling on, let me see what the rest of the chat's saying. Your editing style is getting old. Are you talking about for like the video you posted today or just in general? I like the editing style you had for your video that you posted today. Thought that was kind of cool. It was pretty cool as well for a short video because if I remember right, that video was a really short video. It was really nice editing for a short video. Do I have Snapchat? No, I do not. All of my, I think Nightbot eventually will say it. I don't know why he hasn't said it because he's part of it. Survivalist can trigger it, I'm pretty sure. But the only social media that I've got is here on YouTube. I've got a Twitch channel, but there's nothing there currently. I have a Twitter. I have a Facebook page, and currently in the process of developing my own Discord server. Discord server is pretty much done, just needs a few more things, and I gotta get like the invites set up and whatever. But if you want to reach out to me, you can do. I'm most active on the Twitter. I do have the Facebook page, and I post like when my videos are out and like when the streams are happening. But I don't tip it. First of all, no one actually has seen the Facebook page apparently, according to what Facebook tells me. And for like communicating with people and stuff in the Star Wars community and the Lego Star Wars community and other communities that I like to be a part of, I am the most active on Twitter for that. Let's see, I'm missing so much. I feel like so it's better to message. It's better to message you on a comment on one of your videos in Discord, or Discord message you. Okay, that's good to know. I was gonna do some fan art for you, but then I saw like what your shock trooper looks like, and I think the shock trooper looks pretty good. I just, for some reason, the shock trooper helmet that you got for that trooper, it just looks a little weird to me. Like the helmet and the fact that the clone trooper has red hands instead of the typical black glove hands. There's something, at least to me, I don't know why. There's something off about the helmet. It just looks like it looks non-Lego, if that makes any sense. That's just me. Like, that's coming from someone. I own a bunch of, well, I own a couple of Clone Army custom helmets. So like, those are obviously non-Lego, but they look good. There's just, I don't know. The shock trooper just has the helmet just looks a little weird to me, but that's probably just me. Uh, yeah, let's see if Nightbot actually works. I feel like it's just being super slow. I might have to reset Nightbot for the next stream. Okay. But I guess I'll take this as an opportunity. If any of you in chat have questions for me about me or about the history of this channel, let me know. I'm Another reason I'm super excited, the fact that the Clone Plays channel has reached 50 subs. So I've mentioned this before, but some of the history of this channel is I originally had a different channel. That one was called The Clone Trooper with the underscore between the and the clone. So it was the underscore Clone Trooper. And on that channel, which was also Lego Star Wars related, that channel at its peak reached 75 subscribers. So the fact that this Clone Plays channel, which I've had for much less time, and I've honestly done a lot more on this channel though. Like content wise, this channel has way more than my old one, but I've had this channel set up for much less time. I'm super glad and super happy to see that this channel is pretty much growing much faster than the other channel that I had since 2013. The other channel, the underscore clone trooper, I had from like 2013 to 2019. Then I made this one. Or whatever my about page says when this channel was created. Basically, I stopped using my other YouTube channel when I made this one, because I wanted to basically rebrand myself, and I wanted to change my name and stuff, so I just wanted to have a fresh, clean start on a brand new channel. So I did that. So yeah, so you won't find, oh no, I just lost the Technopin onto the ground. I'll have to get that later. But yeah, so you won't find the underscore clone trooper on YouTube. I deleted that channel. And I took and downloaded all the videos I had posted on there, and I've re-uploaded a few of them, like the custom sniper droid, or the heavily modified sniper droid video I have on my channel. That's basically a re-upload from my old channel. Same with sorry for that noise. Same with the custom ATRT video that I have on my channel right now. That one's a re-upload. The ATMP, I think I have a video on. That's a re-upload from my old channel, and a few others. Like if you go back to the first, like look at the first videos that are on this channel, most of those are just re-uploads. But ever since that one mock video that I did that has the my custom ATST Mark III, which is the, if you go to my channel and you see the thumbnail that has an ATST that has two cheek mounted machine guns on it, from that video on, it's all original content created specifically for this channel. None of those are re-uploads, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I don't think I re-upload anything from my old channel after that point. Yeah. Like it says in my basically my bio on my about page, I have been doing YouTube since 2012. First, I made videos on my dad's, basically my dad's business YouTube channel, because I wasn't allowed at that time to have my own. Then over time, I convinced my parents to allow me to have my own. So then I started making videos for my own channel, which was the Clone Trooper channel. So that channel was super old. Then I wasn't able to post basically any videos for a while, so yeah, that's right, Survive. So no, you are missing my one video that has the ATST Mark III in it. Everything from the ATST Mark III back is basically re-uploads. The video that I talk about how like the Imperials and the Rebels are trying to take resources from a Clone War era base, and they both ran into each other and are fighting each other. That video is an original for this channel specifically. Everything older than that, I'm pretty sure re-uploads. What did you have on your other channel, TechBot? Are you talking about your abandoned gaming channel? I chuckle about that just because I remember when you first started mentioning that, and then you had your break from YouTube, and then you come back and you're like, yeah, I abandoned the other one. So that other channel lasted like a week. Like a week from when I found your channel to when you took your break. I kind of hope when you get your gaming PC though that gaming channel comes back though, because unless you want to do what I do, where I have my variety channel, which is what I call this, where I post gaming and Lego Star Wars here. I guess you could do that like how I do it, or you could get people to check out your gaming channel if you want to bring it back, of course. Oh, the gaming channel only lasted a day? Okay. And your old Lego channel was stop motion only? Yeah, I've never done anything like that. My old Lego channel had everything like it currently does now. I have stop motions. I have mocks. Well, I did have mocks. This Mega Sort's making it so I can't do mocks currently. I've got my stop motions. I got my gaming stuff on here because I'm a bit of a scatterbrain, but I'm also a creative type, some would say. So I like to do a lot of different things. So instead of having multiple different channels for people to have to go back and forth between, I figured when I was starting to rebrand and make this new channel, I was like, you know what? I'll just put everything on this channel. So that's why the name is Clone Plays. That's kind of the reason behind the name. The Plays part is for the gaming part, and the Clone part is for the Star Wars stuff. So snag Lego in there somewhere. So yeah, that's why it's Clone Plays. I think eventually the name might change a little bit just to better signify what this channel is about. But for now, Clone Plays does pretty well. Especially since I'm getting really active in a bunch of different Lego Star Wars creators' streams, live streams, and their chats. People are starting to get to know who I am. I feel like I'm glad basically everyone who reads my name out just says clone, because that's literally like what I tell people to say for my name, because it's like weird to say Clone Plays, but if you just say clone, it's like, oh, okay, his name's Clone. It rolls off the tongue a little bit more than some of the other people that I some of my IRL friends' channels and stuff like that, where it's a little bit harder to say their names. But I'm just Clone. Got trouble handling two channels. When I had my old Lego channel, I also had a gaming channel associated with it. The problem I ran into, which is what I'm trying to avoid with this channel, was what I was saying earlier, where people were having to be spread out between two channels to see all of my content. So instead, I just made this channel. What I do with this channel is just put everything here. So you would call it a variety channel because it's not just one thing. It's not just Lego Star Wars, but it's also gaming as well. And I say gaming because eventually the gaming videos won't just be Terraria. There will be other games. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Names can be hard to say. Yep. Even if you're a native English speaker like I am still terrible at speaking the English language. Especially when I'm looking at chat and there's someone in chat with a super unique name, which is awesome, but it makes it super hard to say. Wait, is that actually a joke from Nightbot? This is going to show you how much I know about computers currently. Is that actually a joke? If I do Control Shift T, will that actually reopen a tab, or is that kind of like it's not Alt Control 4 or F4. Control Alt F4. I know that what that one does, but what does that shortcut do? Hey, Nightbot's alive. You might have to just, if you're gonna show off what all the links are at Survivalist, you might have to just type exclamation mark links. At least I think it's links. It might be exclamation point link. I don't even know anymore. I definitely need to double check all of the commands I gave Nightbot, because I'm starting to forget what they all are. Yes. I don't know what you're saying yes to, but yes. Yes as well. Woo. Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. That's all the tiles. Now we got mainly slopes. And these dishes go in the slopes too, so I said that prematurely as well. Dang it. Every time. Alright, let's focus on these slopes. Then the specials. Actually, that's a slope. Or at least I consider that a slope. Then special bricks. Then plates. And then boom. That set's now done too. So we'll stop there for parting out sets because there's only 3-ish minutes left of the stream before I end it. So let's just take an opportunity to talk with chat. We got 5 people watching. Show yourself. Well, I think at least one of those viewers is technically. I think YouTube is still counting either my laptop or my my phone as a viewer. I think it's technically counting my phone as a viewer since I have chat or the stream open on my phone. Now, are you joking with me, Survivalist, or are you being serious? I'll have to message you later. I can't trust you. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic with me or not over chat. Thank you for saying that, TechBot. That means a lot because I super enjoy Coconut streams, especially especially when Mrs. Coconut is on stream too. Like on Wednesdays, those streams seem to be let's just say interesting. They're super funny. It's awesome. I'm super glad that she has finally made her own mock though. Like, to be honest, her mock is really basic. But being her first mock, like I said in that chat, her first mock, albeit it being very basic, is still miles ahead of what my first mock was. I don't remember what my first mock was, but if it's anything like I remember all those first builds I did back in like 2012 and stuff, my first mock was probably a hot piece of garbage. Like something you would throw in the dumpster and the dumpster catches fire. how many 501st battle packs am I gonna get? Seeing how it's $30 each. I originally was planning on getting like 4 or 5 at the beginning, but seeing how I have since remembered that they're $35 or not 35, $30 each, probably like 2 at the most for now. Next year, when I am 100% focusing on army building, I will obviously get more. I'm hoping what happens is because the 501st Battle Pack is so hyped and so awesome that there'll be so many of them produced because people are buying them so much that when eventually they go on Bricklink, there's just so many of them that their price will actually be lower than the typical clone trooper because there's just so much I'm trying to think of what the word is. There's so much demand that there will be so much product made that over time the demand may still be there, but there'll be so much product that the price will be a little bit lower. Anyway, I'm probably buying most of them off of Bricklink in the future anyway. If you're wondering what I'm playing with 2 dishes I picked out of the tile thing just so I can keep talking. But we'll wrap it up here like in a few moments, but I just want to quickly read up on chat. If you were sarcastic, you would make it look sarcastic. Okay, survivalist, but I still don't trust you at the moment. You're really pushing for it. I was thinking about it today because today was actually more of a mild stream. There wasn't too many people. The previous stream on Wednesday, there was quite a few people in chat, and I actually ran into the problem of not being able to catch up on chat most of the time. So if you're here next stream, TechBot, which I will be streaming this next Monday at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. my time, like I do every time now. If you're here for that stream, I will make you a mod because I feel like I can trust you with that. When I get 1,000 subs, that's a dream. Right now we're at the 50 sub mark. Next milestone is at 100. Is 100 subs, and each milestone, I'm gonna be one of those channels. Each milestone will do a mock contest, but the condition for the mock contest will be different each time. That way they're more unique and they're not more like the generic, like more of the, because I see a lot of channels seem to do like this generic template for how to do a mock contest, which is fine and all. Glad they're doing a mock contest. I just want to make my stuff more unique than that. But yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. Thanks for coming, everyone who was in chat and all those who had come and gone. I will see you all this next Monday. I'll be streaming again from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. like I said. We'll see if my order from Amazon comes between then and now. We'll do like half the stream as phase 2 sorting and then the rest of it phase 1 because we still have 2 boxes to go through. If they don't come, then we'll just be doing more phase 1 stuff. But thank you all for coming, like I said. Always remember, a clone has its roots in the original, and I will see you all in my next video, which will be coming out tomorrow. It's another Terraria Let's Play Together episode, so I'll see you guys all then. Bye.